The key difference here is what is called unconscious assimilation. Unconscious assimilation of pattern is a recognition that the unconscious processes we use as children to learn the most fundamental and important things we have available as skill sets were learned largely through imitation of people who were around us who had competencies. There's a lot of recent, beginning in 1996 with work by Michael Arbib, a lot of evidence for a specialized set of neurons called mirror neurons, which are triggered when we both carry out an activity and the same cerebral brainwave patterns emerge if we watch another human being carry out the very action. Example, the classic experiment, an experimenter, a subject sitting at a table. The experimenter is arranged for electrodes to record the brainwave configurations of the subject. A technician is watching the instruments to make sure that all is functioning well. On the table is a glass of water, pad and paper, and a cell phone. The experimenter invites the subject, now wired, to pick up the glass of water and take a drink. The technician looks at the configuration of brainwaves that are initiated by this action. Then the other two tasks, signing his name, picking up a cell phone, and looking to see whether any new emails have come in, our tasks are performed in sequence. After very little work, the technician will be able to signal the experimenter, yes, I have a distinctive brainwave pattern, which allows me to know which of these three tasks are being carried out by the subject who's wired. At this point, the experimenter, in the slightly devious mode, says to the subject, thank you so much for your cooperation. Do you have any questions about the experience? The subject will then engage in a conversation. This, of course, is actually the beginning of the experiment. The first part of the experiment was designed to create a baseline ability of the technician to know which of the actions were being carried out. Now, during this casual conversation, the experimenter, not the subject, the experimenter reaches over, takes a glass of water, and takes a drink. The subject, of course, is visually aware that this is happening. The technician will immediately report that the brainwave pattern triggered by observing the experimenter take a drink is the same brainwave pattern configuration which was there when the actual subject took a drink of water directly. This is certainly has grave implications for such things as establishing rapport, empathy, the ability to learn through imitation, and in particular, the ability to learn through imitation and the ability to appreciate the nuances of somebody else's states, emotional as well, come from this activation. When we're observing someone in a state, it activates the corresponding configuration of brain waves and physiology in ourselves through the mirror neurons, and this is the way we come to an appreciation of what is in fact happening within this other person.